Welcome to Learn JavaScript on Codecademy. We're in the Functions section. This is Lesson 2, Functions. And it says, how does this code work? Var calculator on is assigned false. Then we have this function, press power button, which will check if calculator on is true. If it is true, it will run this code, which will console log calculator turning off and will switch calculator on from true to false. But since it actually starts off false, this will evaluate as false, so it will never run the if statement. Therefore, it would run this else statement, which will console log calculator turning on and will switch calculator on from false to true. That's a basic on button, off button. Here they call press power button the first time, and since the first time around it's false, it will output calculator turning on. So it will never run this. We'll skip over it and run the else, which will output calculator turning on and switch calculator on from false to true. Here they explain it. On line 1 we have a variable named calculator on set to false. Our program starts with the calculator in the off position. On line 3 there's a function name, press power button. Functions follow this syntax. They begin with the JavaScript keyword function. After function comes the name of the function. Press power button is the name of the function. Notice there are no spaces in the name and each new word is capitalized. This is a convention in JavaScript community called camel case. After the function's name comes parentheses. We'll learn about these in the next exercise. Finally, the function has a block of code it executes between the curly braces. Inside the function is an if-else statement. On the last few lines, we make the function run by writing press power button with parentheses. The term for this is calling the function. There's a typo. It should be the term for this is calling the function. We call it with press power button, and it runs all the code in the block of the function. We executed the code in the block of the function twice without having to write it twice. Functions can make code reusable. So imagine you work at a pizza restaurant and you want to write a JavaScript program to take orders so you don't have to write them out by hand. You can write a function to perform this task. Start by writing a function named takeOrder. Inside of its block, use console log to print order : pizza. So we can actually go right here and function keyword, then name a function, which is takeOrder. We want it to console log something. So whatever we want our function to do, we put inside of these curly braces, and then we simply console log order pizza, semicolon there, and we run this. So that was the first one. Then it says under the function, let's take an order, call the takeOrder function on the last line. So here we would call the function, which is takeOrder, and again to call the function we simply do this. So when we run this, it should essentially come up here and run all the code within that function, which would console log order pizza. So if I run this, we can see we do get a console log of order pizza. Nice work. Now let's make our program list what toppings is on each pizza, and we'll cover that in the next lesson.